Power to the people. My name is Pita de Aztlán. This video is on being on the internet under fascism. I want to live as free and liberated as I can, despite any circumstances. Even if I was in prison, and in a way, I am in prison. Prison called the United States of America. There was a lot of paranoid fear in the country. And we need to get rid of that fear. We know now about, or we should know about, the NSA, the Snowden case as a whistleblower. And we need to take a good look at ourselves, being on the internet, not being paranoid, not being fearful, not being afraid. Have some courage. I believe that we need to understand that whatever goes out over the internet is up for grabs. And this has been the case for a long time. I became aware of domestic fascism, I'd say most prominently after they killed George Jackson, San Quentin Prison, August 21st, 1971. So those who are talking about fascism coming, or they're watching us, they're kind of slow on the learning scale. We're in 2013. Mass consciousness needs to be reached. We need to educate the people. And nowadays we have internet power to help educate the people about what's going on, about the news, about social issues, about liberation causes, about the need for all of us being on the internet. And this was not possible in earlier times. So if people like, say young people, if they're raised having internet access and they take it for granted, me, I'm ancient. I'm like 61 Earth years. And I still think it's amazing that we have that potential power to communicate via the internet. The ideal here is for us not to be fearful, for us not to be afraid, and for us not to be naive. Whatever you put out through your phone or on the internet, anyone can access it if they really want to. Well, anyone dealing with the government. We're living under fascism here now in the USA. Not threatening, not potential, it's here. And just need to wake up to it. And not allow that fear to overcome us. Not allow that fear to inhibit us and in our right to express ourselves, our freedom of speech, our freedom to communicate. Keep in mind that many people are not on the internet. Many people can't even read or write. Look around you. Be aware. Know that we're living under fascism. That yes, there is a global surveillance going on. Yeah, relax. Get used to it. It's not going away. Look at the big picture. Ultimately, we need global revolution. That's a long-term strategic aim. Yet here now, we need to strive to be as free and liberated as we can. And that means expressing ourselves freely and encouraging other people to express themselves and using social media. And we got to learn how to define the terms that we're using here. Is it really social media or is it global media? When I post something, say, on Twitter, okay, that can just about immediately be seen by anyone in the world with internet access and who's tuned to it. So we need to utilize. I love Twitter. I'm a tweeter. Don't make fun. I used to be a tweaker. Shoot the dope up my arms. And now I got long time sobriety and all that. I believe that we need to. I consider myself an educator in my own little way. And an educator is someone who leads forth. Not just a teacher. A teacher just transmits knowledge. An educator helps to spark vision, helps to spread wisdom. If you can, in your busy life, read Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo. So, understand that a big part of our being free is exercising our humane rights. And I think it's pathetic when people are paranoid about the government finding out about this and us being anonymous and it's stupid. First of all, how important do you think you are where the government gives a shit? They're more into like mega data. You're not that important. And if you're not doing anything illegal or anything immoral, which to me is worse than illegal, then why be paranoid? Like say Facebook. We know that's what those who know. Facebook is a CIA data mining operation. And we should be aware of that. And maybe it's all CIA data mining. Google, Microsoft for sure. And so we can't be naive and understand that it's not a matter of like trying to use certain pirate programs to be under the radar and stuff. It's a matter of overthrowing the empire. Getting rid of the empire. Not reforms, revolution. So, unless you look at the big picture, you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. Because you're thinking about your own little spot on the planet and not seeing the big picture. I am a radical, straight up radical. Only in the context of being in a reactionary world. In another world I would be considered natural. In a way, it's natural for me to be a radical, knowing what I know and having experienced personally, directly what I've experienced, and studied what I've studied. You know, I see that neoliberalism, folks who just want to settle for reforms, in a way, that's reactionary. Especially if you do not support global revolution as an ultimate solution. In a way, neoliberals are worse than racist reactionaries because they cause division among us. You know, where people think, well, should I think about revolution or not? Stupid. So we need to be aware of what's going on and use internet power as the primary mechanism for mass education, a primary tool for raising consciousness, and at the same time for simple communication between us, or expressing ourselves without fear. If you look good, study the situation in Egypt, you know, when they had Mubarak there, the big breakthrough came not militarily. The big breakthrough came psychologically, spiritually. When the Egyptian people in their millions overcame their fear of the regime. When the millions understood that, yes, they have the potential to transform this. And they did. You know, there has not been a total completion of that revolutionary thrust, but the mass consciousness is there. You know, now Morsi is gone. And overall, the Egyptian revolutionary movement has great lessons for all of us. And I was online back then, and I remember heavy that, you know, we were using like Twitter a lot, you know, and even though we weren't there, you know, I was tweeting back and forth with people on Twitter in Egypt. I was emailing people in Egypt. I was getting information from them and then sharing it with others, you know, from Egypt, and sharing it with people in the USA. And so definitely social media was a factor in the success of the Egyptian uprising. So we need to be aware of that. To take a good look at the words we use. You know, the power of the word. You know, the power of the word has the power to heal or kill. Word is powerful. So are images, pictures. So are links, a hyperlink. You know, so we need to continue to use internet power without fear and repeat the basics that we need to remember to ourselves and to others over and over again until it sinks in. Speak up. Express yourself. Don't be a coward. Have courage. That's it for now. Keep learning. Namaste.